Assalamualaikum, brothers and sisters. We are at part number 15, which is actually the summary of the part number 1 to 14. Uh, the topic is towards exploring few mathematical facts of Surah Al Kawthar, the smallest chapter of the Holy Quran. Uh, the Surah Al Kawthar is Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Inna a'atainaka al Kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Inna shani'aka huwal abtar. I'm again repeating that this presentation, that is part number 15, is actually the summary of the 14 presentations made or shared with you so far. Uh, this is the introduction section. Here, as I have mentioned, this part is the summary of the part number 1 to 14 presented so far. Please see the links below the subscription box, and these are actually the 14 presentations that I am talking about. And please see these presentations one after another to have a detailed idea about this topic. That means the topic's name is towards exploring few mathematical facts of Surah Al Kawthar, the smallest chapter of the Holy Quran. Uh, this is the description slide. Here it can be said that in this study, from part number 1 to part number 14, an attempt for understanding a few mathematical facts of the shortest Quranic chapter or surah is made. This shortest surah is the 108th surah of the Holy Quran, that is Surah Al Kawthar. The attempt is the combination of both abjad and non-abjad approaches. The main aim is to see whether there is any mathematical patterns in this surah that reveals uniqueness of this holy book, Al Quran. A possible analysis is done based on very simple common mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Some astonishing outcomes have been discovered which indicates not only the singularity of this surah but also proves the impossibility of any human intervention in the Quran. This is actually the result section. For details, the audience is humbly requested to watch all the presentations, that is from part number 1 to part number 14. In very brief, the result is presented in table 1. Here we see that table 1 shows the list of the numbers controlling the calculation from part number 1 to 14. Here all the part numbers are actually mentioned, and 15th part is the present part. That means it is telling you the summary of all parts. Here it is seen that the calculation is controlled by mainly by 3, the number 3, mainly by the number 3, and also the calculation is controlled in some cases. It is seen that 19 or prime numbers, even pi 3.14. These things also control the calculation. Uh, Mostly, all the parts in all the parts, it is seen that the number 3 is the controlling factor for calculation. Mind it, in Surah Al Kawthar, there are only three ayats. That means in A'taynak Al Kawthar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, and in the Inna shani'aka huwal abtar. These are the three ayats, and it is seen that this number 3 is also very important in all the calculations presented in part number 1 to 14. This is the conclusion section. In the first ayat of Surah Al Kawthar, the last prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, was guaranteed the glad tidings of a heavenly river on the day of judgment, besides numerous favors in both worlds. In second ayat of the Surah Al Kawthar, the Prophet ﷺ was advised to pray and sacrifice in the name of Allah as a sign of gratitude to Him. And in the last ayat of the Surah Al Kawthar, the final messenger ﷺ was assured that the one who hates him and publicly criticizes him is truly cut off from descendants and from any kind of goodness. There are different reports about the historical background of the surah, its reason of revelation, and its significance. In a nutshell, this surah depicts the assurance of success for the prophet, the advice for his duty, and the fate of the haters of the prophet. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Besides the language-based presentation, this paper or analysis or presentation presents a math-based approach to the surah, which not only illustrates the stunning structure of the surah but also introduces the impossibility of being written by any human being, although it was revealed at the 7th century. In the present study, few points are stressed upon, where the singularity of the surah is presented in terms of the divisibility of 3, prime number, etc. List of the numbers controlling the calculation in the study is presented in table 1. That means, as I have showed this table 1. Please be noted that maybe there are many more points like this. This present finding can only act as a supporting document for similar future studies, inshallah, if Allah wills. From the present study, the following major conclusions can be drawn. It is seen that the number 3 is the number which is controlling and or influencing the most of the calculation. The Surah Al Kawthar is perfectly placed in the Holy Quran. Any dislocation may lose the numeric harmony. Even the alphabets of the Surah Al Kawthar is managed with utmost mathematical precision. Any disarray may cause problem in the mathematical computation. Such mathematical precisions only ensures the creation of this surah by the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as well as the singularity of the Holy Al Quran. This slide is the final slide where some request to the audience is made. These conclusions are derived only by human effort, which are not conclusive, and Quran al-Karim is not in need of such discoveries to prove that this is a divine sacred text. The main purpose of Quran is to guide all the human towards a blessed and blissful life in this worldly life, also in the life hereafter. Please let me know your suggestions, critiques, thinking about these presentations. If you have any question or even find any fault in my calculation, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamualaikum wa rahmatullah.